Hey, me and Matt here. So, I was gonna do a Money in the Bank review, and I decided not to do it. Just, nothing really special, although Dean Ambrose is now the new WWE champion, and, well, it was interesting. First, there was Roman Reigns coming in to challenge Seth Rollins. He was champion. Seth Rollins won, and Dean Ambrose came. Would have thought that Dean Ambrose should have waited until maybe SummerSlam, but well, it is what it is. As whatever. Recently found out that Roman Reigns is suspended for disobeying the wellness policy, so now he is no longer the guy, and he's just been suspended now for however long. So let's have a moment of silence for Roman Reigns. Okay, so now let's talk about this rant that I wanted to do a while back, didn't do it. Um, yeah, I did a rant for The Rock. Now I want to talk about a man that's been known as the face that runs the place. He's been around for a very long time. John Cena. Now, I probably talked earlier in my YouTube career about John Cena and about how much I didn't like him. I wasn't trying to follow the bandwagon. I just that John Cena didn't do anything for me. Here's a guy who, again, he lost at Money in the Bank, getting defeated by AJ Styles. Something that was said, and I didn't agree with very much, and it always happens. John Cena came out and started talking smack about how AJ Styles was an independent wrestler. He's had all the belts from Japan and Ring of Honor, and all of a sudden he is in the big leagues now, and he hasn't captured the WWE title, so he's not one to talk. Well, let's think about this for a second, Cena. Who the hell are you? Here's a guy that came over from OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, as the prototype. I'm not sure how many titles, if he's won any titles, because I never followed OVW. He's won. Here's a guy that came to the WWE as his character, I think. I don't know what he was going for, to be quite honest. Then he did a rap gimmick, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was cool. And then went to this whole G.I. Joe persona, which I never understood. So it is now 2000. This was 2003, and then 2005 is when he shifted, kind of. That's when he became the WWE champion for the first time. And now he is known as the face that runs the place. So this guy, I don't understand it myself. I think that John Cena is old news. John Cena is old news. Look at Hogan. Hogan started wrestling in 1978. Went to the WWF in the 80s, became to quote Roman Reigns, the guy, after defeating the Iron Sheik for the WWE title the year I was born. By the way, it was my birthday 2 days ago. So then he became the champion, and then he became successful. He did charity work, he did everything that John Cena basically does now. The only issue is he started off as a heel, then he decided to go off to WCW after a long stint of being the face of the company, being a good guy, all that other stuff. He went to WCW, and 3 years later, I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, he turned heel. Became Hollywood Hogan. Now, John Cena often talks about, well, if I turn heel, then I turn my back on my fans, and I'm loyal, and all this other stuff. And true, I would say, fine, whatever. If he turns heel, he could still make it work. Now, let's say John Cena left and decided he was going to go to TNA, whatever, Ring of Honor, probably TNA, and he decided to become a heel. Would that work? I don't know. The fact of the matter is, that's not the case, and he is now no longer, he's at the age now where he should do something. Everybody wants him to turn heel. That's the impression I always got for the last couple of years. He's a man who, even not as champion, he's still the guy. You had CM Punk mention it. CM Punk, who I believe did the most genius rant on Raw, saying Dwayne Johnson has his lips on McMahon's ass, so does John Cena. He was 100% right. I don't know why John Cena doesn't turn heel. At the same time, why should he? Half the crowd hates him. Hulk Hogan was the face. Hulk Hogan was the face of the company. Even as Macho Man Randy Savage was the WWF champion, he was still the face of the company. Hulk Hogan was. Just like when CM Punk was either the world champion or the WWE champion, John Cena was still the face of the company. I think that's sick. I think, you know what? I understand the champion makes the belt, or the man makes the belt, but at the same time, CM Punk worked his ass off to get to the WWE, and yet you still made John Cena, the man who never had the belt at that time, the face of the company. So now you have where AJ Styles, a man that's been to Ring of Honor, New Japan, IWGP, and TNA, goes to WWE finally after all these years. By the way, I didn't know that he was in WCW for a short while. That was weird. But here he is. He is getting a huge push. Whether the Bullet Club or the club helped him out or not, he still got a huge push in that direction. So we'll see what SummerSlam brings. But yeah, it's turning out to be different. John Cena does not have to win every match there is. And what else is bullshit is having John Cena tap out to every fucking move possible there is. John Cena taps out to most moves he somehow, and I know it happens to most wrestlers, but here it is. You have John Cena get his ass whooped and somehow wins the match. Whether it's supposed to be in the script or not, I don't know. But he wins the match and all this other shit. Then you have John Cena go on and be the leader on behalf of WWE. Welcome, welcome. It's like, who the hell are you? I bet you any money Hogan was never like that. Bet you any money Hogan would have never came out on a WWE and said, "Hey guys, guess what? Saddam Hussein is dead. Why not let McMahon do it?" But no, you have to do it because you think you're the best. It's bullshit. So, whether John Cena turns heel or not, you know what, if he turns heel now, what's the point? Because everybody's expecting it now. And they've been expecting it for a very long time. And I wish they would stop because it'll never happen. Now that Roman Reigns is out of the picture, it'll never happen. Oh, and that's another thing. We're talking about heat. We're talking about rants. And we're talking about John Cena. Okay. So how come it is now that every wrestler goes up against John Cena and we gotta turn a good guy a bad guy? Look at Ryback. Look at a guy who should have been WWE champion by now. Goes up against CM Punk, face. Goes up against any other heel, excuse me, face. Goes up against other faces, face. Goes up against John Cena. Oh, we gotta turn him heel like this. We gotta make him say stupid things. We gotta put him against Paul. We gotta put him with Paul Heyman, which I didn't have an issue with. Then he got broken up. Well, well, you know what? I already did that. I already did my Ryback rant. And then CM Punk. All this other shit that you just couldn't leave well enough alone. AJ Styles. Whether you were gonna put him in a club anyways, it was perfectly fine being a face. Then out of nowhere, beat the shit out of John Cena, which I guess was a good thing. I don't know, but John Cena has to somehow turn heel. Somehow he should turn heel and join the club. Or, I don't know, but this shtick is getting old. And understanding that Triple H had the same gimmick since 1999. Okay, well, we get it. But this is getting old. This whole salute bullshit. This whole I'm gonna pretend that I served in my country because his grandfather did. It's called to pay tribute to someone like that, a war hero. But at the same time, you gotta be your own man. Okay, maybe that didn't make sense, but whatever. My rant still stands. John Cena needs to change. Change because it's 2016. It's not 2005. It's not 2010. It's time to change the character. That's all I have to say. Oh, before I go, watch the Stone Cold podcast with AJ Styles. It's really cool. First time ever that I ever watched the WWE Network, and they have the WWE wrestler, ex wrestler, talk about TNA, total nonstop action, which I thought was cool. That whole AJ Styles interview was awesome. So, anyways, get these allergies under control. Bye.